Hey there, welcome to Sync, the weekly gaming news show where we give you a TLDR, no BS recap of what's been going on in the gaming industry for July 8th through the 16th. My name's Andy, and let's get episode 34 underway. Halo 3 PC release date confirmed. Halo 3 is finally making its way to Windows officially via the Master Chief Collection on July 14th, thanks to new info from 343. Of course, if you've already purchased the Halo PC bundle, you've got nothing to do but kick back and wait. For the rest of us, it'll cost $15 to join in on the fun. Of course, like other ports, this will be a full overhaul for the PC, including key bindings, resolution options, the works. 343 is coming close to being done with the MCC content-wise, as after Halo 3, only ODST and 4 remain. Ninja streams again. Ninja has returned to streaming, a bet with no announcement or contract this time. He simply went live on YouTube and told his fans about it, drawing 160,000 viewers at the peak and around 120,000 averaged throughout the stream. For someone drawing a few thousand to 10,000 on Mixer, not bad, and according to the rumors from Slasher Brezilu on Twitter, Ninja is fielding offers and deciding just where he'd like to sign in the future. No matter what happens, we wish him the best. Also, no news on Shroud, who we also wish the best. Mafia Definitive Edition delayed a month. The upcoming remaster of Mafia Definitive Edition, has been delayed a month from August 28th to September 25th due to the challenges of coordinating the team amidst the pandemic. Developer Hangar 13 has just come off some troubled re-releases of Mafia 2 and 3, and while they are slowly patching those back to what was promised, fans are definitely weary at this moment. The delay for the Mafia remaster may actually be very good, as it will hopefully ensure we get a proper release, bug-free and all, for this highly anticipated title. Xbox Series X event locked in for July. Locking in what we've previously reported, there will be an event held for Xbox showcasing their upcoming slate of games this July 29th. Expect at least Halo Infinite to make an appearance, as well as possibly projects from many of the other studios Microsoft has been snatching up left and right, such as Obsidian. It is unclear if third-party games will make an appearance at this event. What is clear, however, is that gamers would definitely like a more in-depth look at these titles on offer than what was available at the May showcase. Hopefully, we also receive some more titles on the pricing of the Series X and a more specific release date as well. Ghost of Tsushima announces Kurosawa mode. Ghost of Tsushima's creative director sat down with Entertainment Weekly to discuss the Kurosawa mode they created for a game, a more cinematic mode that converts the overall look of the game to black and white. Stylistically, the directors have been highly influenced throughout the development by samurai films of Akira Kurosawa, specifically naming Sanjuro and the Seven Samurai. They wanted to honor the master himself by creating this mode and studying black and white film and how it rendered depths of these colors to give players that extra bit in how they experience the game. They even went to lengths clearing it with his estate. A commendable step. Ghost of Tsushima is pulling out all the stops presentation-wise. Ready Player 2 announced. Ready Player 1, the biggest video game-themed book turned into a movie by Spielberg you've ever seen, has officially been anointed with a sequel from writer Ernest Cline. Fittingly, the book will be entitled Ready Player 2. It will be available November 24th from Ballantine Books, and no overt plot details have been released for the book yet, though it will follow many of the same characters as last time. No word on if the book will be made into a movie again, but unless it's truly awful, you can bet Hollywood will want a piece. News from Limited Run Games. Limited Run Games, purveyor of lavish physical copies of titles that otherwise wouldn't be in boxed editions, has announced a large chunk of the slate for the next upcoming year, totaling 30 games more or less. Some highlights in our opinion include Bloodstained 2 for the Switch and PS4, Papers, Pleased for the PS Vita, Return of the Obra Dinn for Switch and PS4, My Friend Pedro for PS4, and the Castlevania Anniversary Collection for Switch and PS4. There are many more titles, and the folks over at Limited Run always have done a great job for the collectors. So head to the link down in the comments to check out the full range. And act quick. As the company name implies, once they're gone, they're gone. Most expensive video games sold at auction. A copy of Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, one of a rare variant with hand tabs attached that was sealed and graded by WADA, the organization similar to Beckett, who grades video games for auction/collectors, has just been sold for a record amount, specifically $144,000 at auction. The buyer was anonymous, and the auction company certainly did not expect these kinds of results, as they also had a few other Nintendo pieces up for sale that weekend, including a sealed Mike Tyson's Punch-Out that went for $50 large, large. Incredible. Devolver Direct and Fall Guys take the stage. Devolver held their annual pre-recorded conference this past weekend, jam-packed full of announcements and all the absurdity that we were waiting for. Devolver started off with an announcement confirming the release date for Fall Guys, which is August 4th, 2020, on the PC and PS4. While we have all the Devolver announcements lined up for you, the company themselves released a full convention experience as a playable game called Devolver Land Expo. It's well worth checking out on Steam since it's free, and it really brings the experience of a convention right to your computer. Now next up, Shadow Warrior 3: Doom Meets Ninjas. In the sequel to the 2015 Shadow Warrior 2 sees this rebooted series trend back toward its roots with a return to a linear story and even more hard-hitting action. Shadow Warrior 3 will star Lo Wang as reimagined by Flying Hog Studios in a Doom meets Ninja Warrior action first-person shooter. The developers pointed towards Doom 16 and Eternal as key to their gameplay changes, pushing mobility and deadly gunplay alongside a variety of melee and blades at your disposal. While there's no confirmed release date, it has been confirmed for a launch later on in 2020. Carrion finally gets a release date. After 2 years of teasing the self-described horror game Carrion, Phobia Game Studios are set to launch this bloody Metroidvania where you are an amorphous creature set on destroying those who have imprisoned it. The gameplay looks fast and intense, with some mechanics built to create those satisfying jibs and quick movement. Carrion will be coming to the Xbox One, PC, PS4, and Nintendo Switch on July 3rd of this year, and will release day one on Xbox Game Pass according to an interview with Phil Spencer during the conference. Devolver also announced a few more titles at the conference, including a new RPG entitled Olija coming to the PC and Switch. Now onto the Ubisoft Forward event. Far Cry 6 finally announced. Far Cry 6 has been officially announced by Ubisoft at their Ubisoft Forward event, after a small leak from the PlayStation Store revealed the game's existence 2 days or so early. The game takes place in Yara, an island, quote, frozen in time in terms of technology and politics according to the game's developers. Players will take on the role of Danny Rojas, a customizable, fully voiced protagonist looking to take part in the revolution for control of Yara, against dictator Anton Castillo, played by Giancarlo Esposito, who San Diego seems very excited to play a role in the story, as evidenced by his appearance in the trailer. We're very excited to learn more about this title as time goes on. HyperScape Open Beta. The newest addition to the list of Battle Royale titles, Ubisoft's HyperScape had flown mostly under the radar outside of a few excited people for the game's unique cyberpunkish art style. HyperScape is a passion project from one of the internal studios inside of Ubisoft, and the open beta is up for download now on Uplay. I played a bit of it before writing this, and overall the weapon stacking system provides some very interesting gameplay opportunities, and overall seems like a real movement-focused game. I can see myself going back to it in the future, even just a few more times to get a good feel for the game. There's nothing really quite like running rooftop to rooftop in a mad dash while bullets are flying everywhere, so this one's definitely going to get a revisit. Superhot Mind Control Delete releases out of early access. In a surprise this past week, Superhot owners will notice the new Superhot title Mind Control Delete added to their Steam libraries. This new game started development as an expansion for the original title and grew to the length where the team felt it was ready for a larger release. The early access goes live on July 16th and will be available for purchase separate from the main title. Mind Control Delete looks like a sequel filled with all the more Superhot goodness fans are truly looking for. Paper Mario footage in a new Wayforward developed title. Nintendo held a live Treehouse conference this past week as a replacement for their previously cancelled E3 showing, and gave us a teaser of some new footage for the upcoming Paper Mario and the Origami King that is set to release later this month. While the game leaked last week and fan expectations have dropped slightly, this title could still be a return to form the series is looking for. Nintendo also showed off a trailer for an upcoming Bakugan Champions of Vestroia coming to the Switch November 3rd by developer Wayforward. UFC 4 revealed. EA formally announced UFC 4, the newest title in the UFC line of games this week, and seemingly they've dropped the number year from the title, just leaving it now as 4. Previously, the games followed the Madden convention of being released each year, but after a break to update the engine, which can clearly be seen, UFC 4 looks to be a great new game in the series, trying to seize on the disastrous and cancelled launch of the WWE 2K20 title. Microsoft Flight Simulator release trailer. The long-awaited return of the Microsoft Flight Simulator franchise is hallmarked by the community support and massive upgrades to the engine overall. While Microsoft has kept this one close to the chest during development, every leak we've seen drives home the point that this will be the most realistic flying simulator when it comes to visuals and controls to date. While this seems to be a true return to form for the franchise, the community support is what will drive its ultimate success as seen with other titles like X-Plane. We here at Sync can't wait for its release on August 18th. Yakuza Kiwami 2. Sega and Microsoft again knock it out of the park, bringing another Yakuza title to the Xbox One and PC. This time it's Yakuza Kiwami 2, a much-loved title previously released in Japan for the PS4 in 2018. Kiwami 2 is now set for release on July 30th onto PC and Xbox Game Pass for anyone who's subscribed. The title is another story in the beloved Yakuza universe with all the beat-em-up combat, absurd story, and wonderful mini-games that drives the series home. Alright everyone, that's Sync for July 8th through the 16th. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you'd like to, you know where that button is. Lastly, let us know what games you've been playing in the comments, and what you think of me, your new voice actor. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next episode here at Sync.